real Spider-Man. I'm just your friendly neighborhood country boy.
God damn it!
You just shot your white stuff in his face.
Oh, dude, you okay? Sorry, I get a little excited every once in a while.
Got your white load in my eyes.
Today we're talking about the greatest game ever that came out in September.
Okay, yeah.
All time?
I was gonna say, oh, you guys said God of War.
2018.
But yeah, it's September.
Spider-Man, PS4, only on the PS4. For anybody else has an Xbox, I'm so sorry, you're missing out.
You losers! Pieces of shit!
Hey, it's on the PS5
What are you
now.
doing with your life if you don't have it? Jeez.
It's on the PS5 now. I'm thinking ahead.
I don't think the PS5 is out yet when we put this video up.
Well, no.
Anyways,
It will be.
Anyways, this game came out in September 2018. We've all played it. We've all finished it. We've all platinumed it. We loved it. And there's some DLC we haven't quite played yet, but we'll eventually get into
We
that.
finished the main game. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Let's do a shot, guys, before we get started here.
Let's throw you.
How's it okay?
Prost.
And we'll introduce ourselves. How about yourself there?
Who the fuck
My name
are you?
is MussKeg. If I were to be Spider-Man, the first thing I would do would be probably start up a nice package delivery logistics company.
I'd fucking Mary Jane is what I'm saying.
Gwen Stacy.
On the show again, and just can't wait to get on this show again. I find love is talking, gaming with my friends, and I just can't wait to get on this show again. I'm LewisLightning.
I don't like it when he looks at me when he sings.
Why are you singing a Willie Nelson song? What
Because
does that have to do with
Willie Nelson is
What am I
the
gonna-
modern day Spider-Man.
What am I gonna say?
Anyways,
I'm the amazing country boy over here.
nice.
That spectacular?
No, he's way better than Spectacular Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Or the
I thought the-
Ultimate
I
Spider-Man.
thought the Amazing series is the worst.
No.
You like Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, I did actually. But I'm talking about like comic book wise. I did actually like him. But anyway, we're talking about the video game that came out in 2018. We all played it, like I said. We all had very good feelings about it. What was your take back from the game?
How do you not like a game where you can spend hours on end just web slinging across the city? I think Batman. What was the first Batman?
Arkham
Asylum really helped out this style of game.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
open world sandbox, because what they did was they said, okay, people love the sandbox portion of it. They like being able to go wherever they want to go. They don't like how we're doing the fights or anything like that, or the combat, so they said, let's find a way to do
The
it.
fluidity of the combat.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Batman really created.
Yeah, and this followed well. It did great, and add that on the web slinging, the gadgets. We'll talk about it later, but I really like the unlocking of suits and everything like that. Variety of enemies in it, actually.
Yeah, all your different combos or whatever, all the different weapons you had, like you said.
So I mean, before we get into that, what's everybody else's general opinion on it?
Hey, if you watch this show for more than like 3 months, you know that I am not a Spider-Man fan. I'm not huge on it at all.
I'm not either.
This game looked fucking great. And it was the first kind of Spider-Man game, at least singularly about Spider-Man, that I have bought, and I'm not disappointed in it. I played 2,
And it's not related to any movie, right? Like it's its own property.
No.
It's
the slightest relation would be like that you have movie suits. That's the only thing.
yeah.
But it was great. I felt like Spider-Man in that.
Yes.
Like this is how Spider-Man would be moving on day to
very
day.
fluid movement.
Yeah. And I hope we get to this again later. I'm going to touch on it now. But great characterization for everyone involved.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest plus of this game for me.
Yeah. It's Insomniac, the guys that made Ratchet and
Sunset
Clank.
Over. Oh, sorry.
Sunset Overdrive. They did, honestly. That's one game I would love to play. I don't have an Xbox.
Sunset Overdrive. Ratchet and
But
Clank.
Resistance series.
Resistance.
You know, they have a good track record,
Gangster.
right? No, they didn't make that. That's nobody made that because that doesn't exist. But no, they have Insomniac has a very good track record anyway. So I was on board as soon as I found out who was making this game. I knew they were gonna drop the ball, and when I heard like pretty much everybody working on it is a fan, of Spider-Man, I was like, fuck yeah, they're gonna do what they can to make this a great game.
So, do we want to? I mean, we want to talk about the suits. We want to talk about the villains, probably. And we want to talk
definitely.
about some of the fights.
We can do favorite moments. We can do everything.
Yeah. Why don't we start with our favorite suits, right? And let's. Because every suit came with something.
Yeah.
But you eventually were able to just
swap
modes. So let's just do visually. Give me give me 3 suits or 2. Just give me 1 or 2 suits. Keep it simple.
I'll say my favorite suit, the coolest looking one I thought, anyways. It wasn't the one that I use a lot, but it was the coolest looking one. Was the skull one, like the flaming head, the blue flame or whatever. Pure white.
The big crotch.
That was the biggest. That was so.
That was like a bulge.
Badass looking. I didn't notice his bulge.
First thing I look at.
Well, just because
I assumed as much.
it was like a 1-piece suit, and then they had to do something there.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice his nutsack.
Okay.
But that was probably my favorite. Looking wise, the one I used the most.
Yeah. I'll give you that your favorite and the one you use the most.
What I used the most is actually the actual game one, like the one with the white symbol.
I was gonna give a nod to it. I wasn't gonna say it, but it is a great suit.
I honestly, I think I might like it more than his normal. Like I've really come to love the white spider symbol.
Like just look at it now, and you think
it's very aesthetically pleasing.
You think of like how his suit would be without it, and it's just red and blue.
Yeah.
And
it's the black.
Adds a third one in there.
I just love it.
You don't want to go because that was.
We'll do
your favorite and the one you use.
I thought
do that.
We'll do that.
My favorite is probably I would say Spider-Man Noir. I never really used it because I was like, if I'm going to use a Noir,
black one, where he has like the
collar and kind of like a button up front. If I'm going to use the Noir suit, I
almost
want
like steampunk with the goggles.
I feel like I always have to be stealthy, so I didn't really use it a whole lot. But I do like that look. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man looks. The one I used the most was the one you get from Black Cat. She gives it to you.
Oh yeah.
And in my head, I worked it out because Mary Jane in this one, I did not like her a whole lot. So I was like, I'm with Black Cat now. So I'm with her. I'm wearing her suit and all that stuff.
In my mind, I'm with Black Cat. Black Cat is hot though.
Mary Jane was a bitch though. I just did not like her in this game.
Played by Laura Bailey. Good.
Who's
Laura Bailey? She did.
That sounds familiar.
She does. She's like she in Uncharted 4. She played the black girl with the curly hair.
Oh, I did not like her.
I didn't like her in Uncharted 4. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm gonna think of her names, but
my favorite suit was the black one with the yellow, actually, with the long
the anti-doc.
Yeah.
Not the anti-doc one, the other one.
Wasn't like an armor kind of?
Yeah, it was like an armor one. It was like a space suit almost looking.
I'll look it up.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll show up on the video.
But yeah, there was that one. The one he used the most was actually the one from the Avengers Infinity War movie.
Oh, really?
I used that one a lot of the times.
Or we're talking about the Iron Spider. Iron Spider.
Yeah.
Iron Spider.
So that's the one I used the most.
Well, originally.
Yeah, he does.
I did try to use the main one a lot too, just because. But
I honestly like the look of that one. I don't know.
I did like the look too. I just really liked the.
When the first.
And you know what one I thought was really underrated? The cartoon one. I thought that was so fun.
I didn't get them until way later though, so I didn't like to use it much. I really wanted that one because it was so cool.
It was really cool against the.
He looked like
regular background
in a comic book, right? And then everything else is real.
Not that I used it. The underwear one. But it was like, if you use that one, you kill everyone. Did you double damage, or was it you kill everyone?
No, it was you kill everybody instantly,
but they
knock them out. Sorry, but yeah, you only get one hit as well.
Yeah, you get one.
So it was very hit.
I was like, I don't need that.
Yeah, it was. Very hit and miss.
I'm not a glutton for punishment, so I don't know.
This one.
But yeah, that's what I thought you.
Okay,
that's the one I liked.
What was your guys' favorite power up that you used the most?
Web Blossom. You had it from the beginning.
Yeah, that's the one I used.
I didn't see any reason
all the way through with the game.
No, I mean I tried other ones, but nothing was better.
I tried every one.
Yeah,
every single one. But the Web Blossom was just.
I did like the trip. Like it wasn't the power main.
Oh, the trip mine.
Like the trip mines are pretty fun to use.
That was when you get like 2 guys together.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I did like the Iron Spider one where we had those arms that looked cool, but I was like, you know what? Web Blossoms never failed me, so I don't need to.
Web Blossom was fun. It was cool.
The extra arms look cool because he kind of like walks around on them like stilted, and then he like attacks guys. Like that's fucking awesome.
I'm basically Doc Ock.
How about our favorite boss fight?
My favorite boss fight is probably fighting Electro and Vulture. Yeah, I like that boss fight.
Yeah, but you're basically in the air the entire time.
Yeah, you're swinging, you're like dodging at the same time, and you're like throwing stuff back at Vulture, and you're trying to web Electro.
I got a thing. Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good balance that one anyways, because you're not trying to land anywhere. Because if you do, they'll just fucking nail you off of whatever you land on.
So one of my favorite boss fights actually, and it was more because the character was there. I'm like, oh, I forgot about this guy. Tombstone. When you fought Tombstone in the parking lot.
I liked their depiction of Tombstone. I thought he looked really cool.
They did, yeah.
I think he was like a black dude, but he was almost like
Tombstone is black.
He is black.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
He's just
he was an
albino.
But he doesn't look white. In the comics, he's an albino, but he looks even more white because he gets the stone like.
He was
hard, tough skin.
He was kind of like Luke Cage.
I just like the banter with him too, because he's like, you know,
he's like a biker dude.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. I like the way they depicted it.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go. Like not that I didn't enjoy the boss fights. I just felt they weren't anything spectacular.
No, they weren't the greatest boss fights. I won't say they are.
I will go with the Taskmaster one, just because I felt actually challenged there. And how am I gonna overcome everything I did?
Because he learned how you fight, right? So you're trying to.
And well, the first time he did beat me, but we were on a tight rooftop, and I couldn't fucking dodge him. It would suck.
Really, the first time you fought him was on the rooftop?
Yeah.
I was in the streets when he.
When I got in the streets, that was fucking easy. It was like I could just move over here and get some space.
But the second time I fought him was on the rooftop.
I was like stuck between some fucking things and I couldn't fucking move. But yeah, just the fact that I had to think, okay, well, what's working on him? Because I cannot figure a way to.
It's not the exact same, but that's kind of like how Mr. Freeze when you had to use, you couldn't.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of too. Is that he learned from how he fought you before.
Just because you guys didn't mention it, I was really disappointed with the Scorpion
Rhino. I was so disappointed with Rhino in particular because I really wanted to. It was really easy.
I was waiting for a second stage of that they were going to change up their fight.
I wish I would have fought them separately.
Yeah.
I didn't want them together. I wanted to fight them separately.
That was in my opinion that kind of sucked because that was totally a time saver. It was like we don't want to have to do multiple fights. Yeah. So
I will say what I love about Spider-Man in general is the personal connection that he has to a lot of the bad guys that he has.
Yeah.
I know it's something that you don't care for.
What?
Well, you've mentioned that. Is like, what are the chances that Doc?
Well, everyone's related to him.
Yeah.
This one didn't have that. Though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying in this game, I love the whole. I love Doc Ock.
Doc Ock was awesome in this game.
It was a great build-up of his character.
It was really good.
He seemed like such a great guy. He's basically like his mentor.
I like how he didn't have the an accent.
Yeah, he didn't have the Russian or whatever.
Yeah, Middle Eastern.
I love the way they made his character.
They did a great job with Doc Ock in this game. Yeah,
absolutely. And then find out at the end,
he's Peter.
He knew who Spider-Man was the whole time.
I think
that was emotional.
Because Peter fucking flips out because he's like, you knew it was
exactly. That was like, oh shit.
I was gonna say for me the biggest point was like when you kind of went and you thought you found Doc Ock's secret hideout and you're reading up on like here's Vulture had spinal cancer.
All their handicaps.
But Vulture has spinal cancer. He didn't mean to. Rhino was stuck in that suit. He couldn't get out. Yeah. The only one was like Electro, who just wanted to become energy.
Scorpion wanted money.
Scorpion, he got into debt.
Yeah.
Everyone was sympathetic.
Yeah, it's sort of a sad story behind their character.
That's what I really liked.
And like Mr. Negative too. That's another character. It starts off.
Man.
If you didn't
watch fighting him,
the gameplay before, you might not have known that he was a bad guy.
It wasn't my favorite fight, but he was the one I was most invested in. Like I was like, I fucking hate this guy.
It was personal. Totally. Yeah. Because he like duped your auntie.
Speaking of emotion, Aunt May.
I was gonna say, I wanted to say. Spoilers.
we spoil it.
I really did like that they went and they said, hey, you know what? We're gonna put our balls out here and we're gonna make a move. We're gonna kill off Aunt May.
I loved that they did that. I mean,
and how he had to decide to do it, right?
It was done well. I thought it was done so well too.
But I did like that she's like, I knew the whole time you were Spider-Man. I was like, yes. Who fucking wouldn't in real life? Who fucking wouldn't?
Kind of. But it makes sense though because it's been 8 years since he started being Spider-Man, and his uncle, sure, he's like his big driving force from the beginning of him being Spider-Man. Now, like his auntie died as well too, so it's like it's going to be like another reason for him to want to continue to be Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
And it was very emotional.
Well,
I will say, this game started off with a bang. It got a little bit slow.
Yeah.
And then I think it ended very well. It ended up super well.
One of my favorite things to do was when you infiltrated the bases.
Oh,
like,
those bases, yeah.
Or they were different versions.
Disable bases or
Disable base.
Yeah, they did objectives for everyone.
And the trick was, I mean, if you could do it whatever you wanted, but I always like to try and do it as stealthful as I could for as long as I could.
It depended on what my goal was for my
extra objectives.
Yeah, objectives.
Well, that was the thing. I would focus on getting those done absolutely first, and then just worry about fighting everybody afterwards.
I don't know if you want to talk about the drawbacks at all.
I do, because that's what I was going to go into. I did not like the Mary Jane or Miles stuff.
Yeah, that was it slowed down the game.
I would less of that. I don't want to say I didn't like it overall, but not as much.
Just give me one. Do it once.
True. Yeah. Well, no, you can do it more than once.
When he's trying to get away from Rhino, that was cool. That was fun.
Yeah, exactly. I did like that, but
I think MJ only did one, like the museum one.
Yeah, they didn't need to do it.
Maybe the train station too. Maybe two. Those two I could deal with.
Yeah, they could do it a couple times, but they did
the Sable base. I was like,
I think they did it maybe like one or two more times than they needed to, right? And that was one of the drawbacks. I'll say another drawback was this web swinging wasn't perfect right off the bat for me. I thought right away, I was thinking like Spider-Man 2, the old game. I don't know if you ever played that one. Mm-hmm. It was more physics based, right? It was like you would have some physics. You jump up in the area, you web swing, and then you'd have more swing power for the next one, and then for the next one. This one was like you always had a forward momentum.
See, I didn't find that.
It took me a little bit of getting used to that. That's the only thing. I just wasn't used to it at the beginning. Then I loved it after I got used to it.
I know you played, or you let me play Spider-Man 2 a bit, and I didn't find that the physics things, like I found like, okay, well I'm at the top of this tall building, so I'm not going to get as much oomph when I swing, so I waited till I fell a bit, and then I would web swing, because I'd be at the top, and I'd have extra momentum.
There was still some physics. There was still physics attached to it. It was like 100% physics based on the Spider-Man 2 one, where like if you like web swing to a building and you stop moving, you would literally just hang there. This one you would not hang there. You would continue swinging.
I did like the level of difficulty. I thought it was appropriate because this is a kid's game and an adult game. For like the puzzle things that you had to do, the spectrums and also the circuits. I thought they were circuits were easier than the spectrums.
The spectrums
were a little bit more, a little fun thing.
Oh yeah, the spectrum, some of them I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I just kept switching in and out. Yeah. Going back to web swing, I thought another weak point was after a while, you were going across the entire map a lot of the time, and it was just like, I fast traveled. I don't fucking want to do that. It was so boring.
I never fast traveled.
I felt like the fast travel went
I always web swinged it.
Depends how far you were to go, but
I don't know. I just love the swinging so much. I swung everywhere. I literally only fast traveled enough times to get my.
It's like I'm at Ben Parker's grave in the northwest of it, and then I have to go back to Feast, southwest. I was like, fast travel. I don't want to go through these streets. Like
I never did.
It's almost like every step you take, you have to hold the button to swing.
That's what I loved about it.
I hated that.
Oh, it's like I'm throwing the web out every time.
Give me the fucking Spider Jeep. I'll take that thing over this.
Fuck.
In New York traffic?
Yeah, you can drive on walls with that thing.
They did a good job on New York, by the way, too. I thought that was I was always interested.
I've never been there, but I did like the city.
I haven't either, but I like the details of.
Yeah, I love you can see Avengers Tower there.
That was one of my favorite things.
So cool.
And did you notice when you first got close to Avengers Tower, it started playing the Avengers theme?
Well, I don't know if it was just around.
Now you say it, I do recall it.
Yeah. I remember the Avengers theme. I didn't know it was just around Avengers Tower.
I was hoping that I could go into it. I was hoping you could go into it. But
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to go into buildings like that. Like the Easter egg ones.
I don't want to say it was disappointment, but I was hoping that there would have been like some cameos from, you saw Doctor Strange's house, you saw the Avengers.
You saw Matt Murdock.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would have loved
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, a couple of cameos would have been great. I would have put it over the
Even
top.
if like you were like investigating someone else, and then you saw like Jessica Jones
Stan Lee
walk
should
by.
have been in it. Stan Lee
he was.
Some point. He was. He was
He's the owner of the restaurant.
Right. Sorry, I forgot.
I always liked you guys as a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, closing thoughts, ratings.
I mean, closing thoughts. I want to keep talking about it for fucking hours. I don't know.
We didn't go over gadgets at all yet.
Gadgets. I think one of our favorites is probably the grenade one where you stick to walls.
The mine one.
The mine. Sorry.
I did like the impact weapon because usually I'd be like get close to a wall and shoot him a bunch of times.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was instant.
Well, especially if you're doing stealthily.
The big bomb one,
There's someone you couldn't get to for one reason or another. It's like all I have to do is hit him once.
Yeah,
and as long as he's close to the wall,
sticks to something.
It was perfect.
It was great.
So that was great.
There was the trip mine. There was also
I didn't use a lot
I used
of them,
no.
honestly.
When I always threw out. It wasn't my favorite, but it was quite handy. Was the little spider bots that would like.
If I knew I was going to be overwhelmed, because there's a lot of them, I'd like throw in a bunch of spider bots and then get in there.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Watching you play it, I saw you do electrowebbing a lot more than I ever fucking did.
I only did it because when I did electrowebbing, it's because I needed that trophy.
Challenge? I did that
challenge.
too.
Yeah,
That's why I did it.
That's
Okay.
usually it,
I
yeah.
usually wouldn't do it, but
I
you're
wouldn't
probably
do that.
watching when I was like trying to do a challenge.
Yeah.
I normally would.
I used one of the other abilities. We also Web Blossom. I used the stealth one actually quite a bit when I was doing missions where you had to like knock people out without alerting the guards, kind of thing. That one I used at a decent amount.
What did you guys think of the way that they developed? They made their bad guys. Their concept of their bad guys. How they made them.
I love them all. I think they were better
They all
than
done really well.
Yeah.
at least better than the movies and some of the comics too. But like
I think they took what they did in the comics and they maybe adapted them a little bit,
well,
which I'm all for. Like, I don't want it to be directly from the comics.
I really thought Kingpin was going to come back at some point. I was a little disappointed.
He was
there wasn't
always
any more-
kinda
there
there.
wasn't much Kingpin. Though.
Yeah,
like,
he was
talking to you on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, you regret putting me away.
He still had to put away like his strongholds or whatever.
Oh, I like Darren DePaul as J. Jonah Jameson too, with his podcast that he
Yeah,
coming
he
out
always
with.
be swinging and he just be talking
Like,
shit about
Well,
Spider-Man.
I'm not saying I'm against Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm against mass vigilantes.
Who did you say was
The
that?
guy who played him was Darren DePaul.
Wow, well, I thought what's his name was in it.
No, it's
the
not
guy-
J.K. Simmons. No.
No.
Yeah.
The guy from Hal, from Malcolm in the Middle. I can't think of his name.
I thought
Bryan
it was
Cranston?
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, I thought
No,
someone
it's-
told me it was. And I just
It's
believed
Darren
it.
DePaul.
No, I think there's a petition to maybe get him into the MCU to be him, but I didn't.
Okay.
I
I
don't
Too
thought
bad
someone
because
said
J.K. Simmons does him perfect.
He was great.
does.
Yeah.
He really does, honestly.
I wanted to say, and I want to see what you guys thought of the very end, and it goes into the post credits.
The
Post credits,
mid credits,
anything
post
Osborn.
credits.
Well, you kind of find out a little bit about it in the end of the game.
I mean,
The
Well,
Osborn.
there's two things. There's the Miles Morales one
Oh yeah.
where Spider-Man realizes
Not that.
that he's the new Spider-Man too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not that.
Then there's also the Harry Osborn thing.
all the
And
Osborn
that,
stuff, I guess.
and that
yeah.
big tank.
I was just two things I was disappointed. One, I wanted to investigate that tank, but
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked on the map first, so I started doing. I didn't
couldn't.
realize that. So
I tried. You couldn't fucking.
you
click on
could.
it.
There was a thing though to do.
It's just like
interact.
there's something in here.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known
The
that
fact
Harry
of the
was
matter
in
is
there.
that wasn't surprising at all. Like who didn't
No,
know
no,
that
exactly.
that was like that?
Well,
You know he's not like overseas doing.
Oh, we even got a phone call or a letter from him, like,
Exactly.
don't, if you didn't bring it up so
Yeah.
clearly.
I did like when you're in his mansion, like trying to.
Yeah, that
find
stealth.
all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that was good. That was good. I mean, I didn't know what they were doing with Harry.
No, yeah, exactly.
But I did know
Something.
something was up, right?
Something was planned.
Yeah, exactly. It's just weird though. It's like you think it's gonna be Green Goblin, but there was like a weird thing. Where it was like the thing hit the wall. It was almost like Venom inside the tent.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest
That
thing
makes
I
no
didn't get.
sense.
Is it a symbiote? Is it?
It's
is
like
it well,
what
Hobgoblin,
is happening
isn't
to
he?
him? What is going on?
Harry's Hobgoblin, isn't he?
Or he's Green Goblin.
Well,
He's
in the
the second
comics,
version
he
of Green Goblin.
becomes Hobgoblin, I think, at one point.
Because I thought Norman was Green Goblin and then Harry was Hobgoblin.
There's
I
more,
think
yeah.
Hobgoblin was a different guy. First.
Actually,
He
I would
was
say
Ben Kingsley
Hobgoblin
originally.
originally. Green
There's-
Goblin, personally.
Ben Kingsley?
Some guy,
Really?
that's an actor.
Yeah.
It's been something,
Okay.
but it's something like
Because
that.
he's the Mandarin.
I
ish.
have to look it up. I think it's something like that.
All right. Oh, this is pretty good discussion about Spider-Man. What do
love
you guys
Ratings?
want to do for a rating? Yeah. What do you got on your end there?
Oh, I didn't want to have to go first on this one. It was short. Probably one of also my other big drop.
I didn't think it was short. I thought it was
maybe the
perfect
perfect.
length.
Okay,
thought
maybe
it was
I just
perfect
always
length.
want games to the main story. If I didn't do all the side stuff, I feel like the main story would have been just fast. That's.
Probably, but I think you have
I'll
to do
give
side
it.
stuff.
I will give it a. I haven't reviewed a lot of games, so I'm trying to think of what.
This is our first
Yeah.
review for a game.
Well, then we actually put a number down.
Spoiler,
guys.
or fun fact. our
I'm gonna
first
give
review
it
for a
an
game.
8.8. Nah, 9.0. 9.0. No, 8.8. 8.8.
Okay.
8.8. Stick with it.
You can't meet in the middle. 8.9.
8.9.
There you go.
I'm going to probably put it a little bit lower. That web swinging really, I did not
I
like it.
love the web swing.
I'm going to probably
That's what
go
sells a spider game for me. It has to have that.
8.2.
No, that's actually better than I expected. I thought you were gonna be in the sevens.
I was thinking 7.8, but thinking about it, like maybe that's, I don't know. In retrospect, maybe I put it up higher.
You know, I was.
I'm going 8.5.
Why are you dropping down fucking 4 points now? Whatever. Throughout the game, most of the game, I was thinking it's maybe like 8.7, 8.8 for me. And then the last like hour and a half, 2 hours of the game, whatever, like just the denouement, the way everything came together, I loved it so much. It brought it up a couple points for me, and I'm at 9.0.
I'm going 8.8.
Like maybe I thought had higher expectations, and that factors in. Maybe it was just like
I had no
disappointing.
expectations.
Oh,
So it brought me down. Yeah.
I had high
It wasn't on
expectations
your
too,
top
but
5, I know.
Yeah.
It was a very good game, and I'm glad I played it, and I can't wait for the sequel. Alright guys, where can we find you?
You can find me right here. And on Twitch, Twitter, PSN as MussKeg.
I am the LewisLightning on Twitch and LewisLightning1 on Xbox.
I'm on Twitch, Twitter, and PSN as CountryBoy_9.
Xbox 360.
Oh, spider senses tingling, guys. The end of the episode.
Good job.
I'm the amazing